welcome back for Mental Health and Wellness. I'm sorry I got grounded from YouTube, but I'm here as soon as I can be. And I think today's class is incredibly relevant for us all, okay? So this is a mental health and wellness space that I put together I offer at my local college, but I'm doing it over here. I think it's important. If this is the first time you're seeing me, hi, you're balls deep in the middle of the course. This is the 5th class. So go check out the other stuff. It's under the mental health and wellness playlist. It has the same thumbnail. But today we're going to talk about the environment and how that impacts our health, our holistic health. When I talk about mental illness or mental health, I don't talk about it the way that the system does. I talk about it as a holistic experience. The very first class we talked about the affective, which is how you feel about stuff, your behavioral, which is how you react or act on things, and the cognitive, the way you think about things. And so that's the framework I'm using, the ABCs of wellness, of holistic wellness, right? How we feel, how we act, how we think. And all of those things are non-linear. So there's no 1, 2, 3. It's all happening at the same time. So that we all react to things differently, and it impacts us. Okay, so based on our own belief systems and things that we were taught or that we've learned or through experience or whatever, we all have different understandings and different space that we're working from. What we do share is our environment in certain spaces, like society as a whole is like a bubble environment, right? Depending on what country you're in, depending upon what state you're in, or things like that, what geographic barriers you have, things are different. The environment is very important. My mental health when I lived in LA, shit, because LA sucked. It was not the spot for me. It's a lovely place for lots of people. A lot of people love LA. For me, not it. So the environment impacts the way that we think, the way we feel, and the way that we behave, okay? So let's go a little deeper. Our environments create our outer reality and expose our inner reality. If there's imbalances within us or around us, it will be apparent to those around us and ourselves. It's not realistic to control environments outside of us, like at work or in public spaces. That's why it's so important for our home space to be safe, to be a safe, clean space for us to express and discover ourselves. And a lot of people are homeless. They don't have that space. A lot of people don't have a space at home that's safe, right? So think about how that impacts those ABCs of their wellness, okay? Now I have a bunch of introspection questions. I think I hit home the importance of environment. But kind of think about your space, the spaces that you inhabit, the spaces that you're forced to be in, whether it's work or at home, or around certain people, whatever it is for you. And I'm going to ask these questions to help you do some introspection, okay? If you'd like a copy of this workbook, it is available. I can send you a PDF. You can just email me at ascendingwithashley@gmail.com. Okay, what environments do you have a hard time in? Do you know what it is that makes you feel this difficulty? How do you create safe spaces for yourself? Where do you feel the most whole and like yourself? Do you feel like you have to put on a mask in certain spaces? I think to a certain degree, most of us feel like that, like when we're out in the world. But beyond the normal masking, you run into people randomly. The conversation is pretty much the same for, hey, how are you? Oh, that's cool. Great. It's very uncommon to hear someone say that they're not good when presented that question with a stranger. It's very uncommon for someone to be like, you know what, actually, this happened. And it does happen. There are people who do that. And it's all good, right? That's why we're here, to have connection. But for the most part, most of us mask through that shit because we find it irrelevant. But sometimes it's important. So maybe we shouldn't mask, right? Maybe we should be ourselves if we can feel safe enough to do so. Do you feel like you can be authentic at work? Shit, do you feel like you can be authentic at all? When you're by yourself, do you feel embarrassed? Do you get like secondhand embarrassment about the things that you like? That's not authenticity. So think about how you can feel more authentic and try to make that happen, all right? How do you navigate this? So your authenticity or lack thereof, how do you navigate that? Again, masking is pretty common for most of us. What would your ideal space look and feel like? And can you create that right now? Right? Our environments are so important, okay? I'm going to read this first part again. Our environments create our outer reality and expose our inner reality. Okay, I have to leave you with an affirmation. So go ahead and do that work. Whatever space you can create. Like, look around my house. Here, I'll show you. I've finally gotten to a point where I can like express myself out in the world, but this is my home. This is my living room. I know that's very dope. Well, I didn't even show you the good parts. There's like all these posters. I have this pyramid of the hierarchy of our society. We've got that little Velcro game over there. We've got our feelings over here. So my son and I both are on the spectrum, and so we really need a safe place. And we both have ADHD, so we like a lot of things happening at the same time. But I know it's not for everybody, right? And the same with you. But that's okay, because it's okay to be different, okay? The daily decolonizing I just posted, or I keep doing that. The decolonizing 101 class I also just posted, and we were talking about breaking cycles. So if this environment or lack thereof, or you're feeling like maybe there's questions you're reflecting on your family and whatnot, go check out the cycle breaking for the, interesting. Go check out the cycle breaking video. There's this affirmation here. I'm going to say a couple of these. One of them is about family, which is interesting. I believe in chosen family for the most of my life. That's who has been there for me, is chosen family. So I choose to see my family as a gift. Even if your family sucks balls, you still have an ability to learn from those mistakes and do things differently. And you can still see that as a gift, right? With enough positive thinking and pivoting, okay? I know that old negative patterns no longer limit me, and I let them go with ease. Have a good one.